Hello, everyone. My name is Antoine Hunter, also known as PurpleFireCrow. I'm thrilled to be here with you. A lot of things happening today. We got things happening in my home state of California, things happening around the country in your own community. A lot of things to see and a lot of things to learn. But I'm really excited because today is Thursday, September 30th, 2021. And we got a positive attitude today. We have a lot to give. We have high energy, a lot of love to spread. Sometimes, negativity can weigh us down, but we just got to do the opposite. Try and be optimistic. I know that with the pandemic, things have been hard. We're still needing to mask. But I'd like us all to, think of what inspires you, what makes you be positive, whether it's dance, whether it's teaching dance. I visited Washington School for the Deaf and taught 4 workshops. They were each an hour long for 4 consecutive nights, and then went to Oregon School for the Deaf. Also taught 4 workshops there. And I got there around 7 a.m. and I taught some performances there. And I actually just got back to California from my recent trip to Oregon. And I'm so happy to be able to just shed some light and some positivity. And it's a mutual exchange, and I'm happy to be a part of it. So hopefully you all feel blessed to be here. Before we just get right to it and dive in, first, let's see who's interpreting tonight. Can we get the interpreters to show their faces? Hey, hey! How are you doing, interpreters? We have Jay, give it up, and Kaylee. Thank you so much for being here and doing what you do. Thanks for being a part of Deaf Woke. And now I am really, really excited for our guest of honor today. You might be wondering, who are we going to spotlight today? We have Malika Freeman. She's from Georgia, born and raised, an artist, and she is a part of our community through and through. She has received her certification for business and pursues entrepreneurship in terms of art, photography, design. She has such a plethora of experience. And she's teaching us all how to become successful, thriving business owners. I look forward to her growing and making more connections in our community. So now give it up for Malika. Hey. How are you doing?
I'm good.
How you doing, Malika?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, that is good to hear. Good to hear. I am so happy to have you here tonight. You said you were born and raised in Georgia, correct?
Yeah, all my life. I'm a bit over it now.
You're over it. What is it about Georgia that you done?
I mean, I grew up, I love Georgia. It's my hometown, Atlanta.
Mhm. So you have, been in the Black community
Yep.
your whole life. Were you born deaf or later in life? How did you come to your identity?
Yeah, I grew up, I went to deaf school, lived in the residential program at the deaf institution.
You have your degree in business, art. How did you start that journey? Was that something you were aiming for since childhood? What led you to pursue that degree?
You know, I was just been driven at a young age to get involved in art. And one of the crafts that I really thoroughly enjoy is photography.
So what did you start off with? Did you start off with art or photography?
Art, yeah.
And who exposed you to the art world?
Uh, an artist by the name of Henry Matisse, sculpture, uh, just very visual with his artistry. And so that's what I've been drawn to.
That's what I mean. Art really saves lives, when you're going through depression and all of that, art really does save lives. And how did that benefit you specifically, diving into art? What kind of ramifications did that have on your life?
You know, Henry, as what he does, he demonstrated the.
Could you say that again, Malika? You're freezing a little bit.
So I just felt like the sexes weren't where it wasn't equal.
Mhm. I'm actually gonna show a piece of your artistry now, a video, so we can take a look at what that looks like.
My name is Kalawa Pagant. You see for you, Mame Lucy.
Wow, give it up.
Do you mind if I had a little story behind that?
Oh, please,
Yeah,
always.
during COVID, I took up just getting more into designing, and more practicing. Uh, and so people wanted, to take advantage, and so I sold quite a bit of my merchandise.
Yeah, there was so much exhaustion and separation going on during COVID,
Yeah.
and so to, find that connection again, and you made that happen. Did you expect this result to happen, or were you surprised by the results of such a communal response?
Well, no, it's a tough question. Fatis, I became extremely fascinated with what he produces.
Thrift thrifting?
And so the design, the fashion, something that I really got into, something that would really just match my style.
I love it, I love it. How many years have you been doing that so far?
A little under 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you really just dove right in and that became, your inspiration. Speaking of, you found inspiration through thrifting and all of that in your designs, but who was your role model in life? Something that inspired you and you looked up to them?
No, I can't really pick one.
Oh, that's fine. We got, 5 fingers. Go right ahead. Okay. Typically, when we have a role model, it might be somebody that you wanna emulate. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I had somebody that popped up. I have a model has been doing it for quite a while. Somebody I look up to. Uh,
A deaf model, wow. Someone that really was able to shine light. So what are you doing now? What does your path look like journeying forward?
I'll be graduating soon. Applying to several different modeling agencies.
You froze a little bit. Could you go back to what you
Yeah,
were saying?
after I graduate, I hope to apply for, applying for, and hopefully get into some modeling agencies.
Beautiful. I know that you said you were a little bit fed up with Georgia. So where do you want to end up? Maybe coming on over to California?
That'd be nice. Yeah, so I'm thinking about New York, area somewhere in the DMV. Things that have a high exposure of different arts. New
Yeah,
York, I
Chicago
mean,
weather.
yeah, Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago has that weather fluctuating, so maybe the DMV. It can be pretty windy in Chicago. Do you think that fits your personality? Are you gonna
No,
enjoy it there?
no, nah.
You were mentioning earlier about gender equality. I'm wondering if you could give me, like an example of Something that you saw and you were like, "Yes, that's exactly it, and I want more of that."
I'm
For
sorry. Do
example,
you mind repeating your question?
yeah, I mean, you were talking about gender equality and how it is not what you are envisioning for the future. So I'm wondering if you have seen an example of gender equality that we can work towards going forward.
Yeah, a French artist by the name of Henry.
Could you say the name again?
Yeah, Henry. Last name.
What
Forgot
does
the
it look
last name.
like? Can you describe the artist?
Yeah, I was fascinated because he wasn't part of that he stepped out of the box.
So he defied what those standards and expectations are of a man. Wow. It can be a challenge. I've been trying to work on a quilt for over 6 years, you know? What do you think is one of the most challenging things about design?
Yeah, printmaking. It's definitely something that is a challenge. So it's just something that continuously practicing to hone in on the craft.
Mhm. It can be really intricate and the patterns. Sometimes it can be really soft and like gradient, and then other times it is, a hard lines and textures. But you were also talking about photography, how that's an interest of yours. Do you like shooting in black and white, in color? What kind of photography are you drawn to the most?
Take over.
Can So I'm really interested in candid photography. That's really what I gravitate towards. I also, yeah, candid. So that's typically what I go for is those real life scenarios. What
Cool, cool. Is photography expensive? Is it something you really got to save your money for to upgrade quality?
what do you mean by that?
Like the equipment.
Well, Gallaudet classes used to require equipment. So, you had to save up money, things that could be, 80 to $800. But now that I'm finished with school, I'm trying to invest more in lighting and in different technology. And the more I've gotten, the more it's improved.
You know, camera equipment is not cheap. It is quite expensive equipment. Something you
It
cherish.
is
You got to
not.
save for.
Yes. Mhm.
You got to protect your camera with your life, right?
Exactly.
So my understanding is you're busy with your art. Do you know how to protect your work?
Do you mean a copyright? Because I haven't looked into copywriting with that yet.
That's something you should definitely work on, and that's just your business. How to sell. The aspects of your business.
The video's too frozen for the interpreter to make out. the signs.
Something that what is something you want to share with the deaf community? What do you want to share with other deaf people about your art? What's important?
Well, your question is what's important for the deaf community, right?
Yeah. So what's important for deaf community, deaf artists?
I think it's important to portray different scenes. Some people use Instagram, that could be a great platform, but to use it for different genres, for romance, for depression, for different avenues of people's experiences.
Some people don't, may not understand what it is or how to use something. So, what would be your recommendation?
Could you say that again? You froze a bit.
Sure. Some people themselves have not explored your Instagram. Explain what they will see.
Well, on my Instagram feed, I use it for customer profiles. I use it to show some of my personal work, some of my professional work.
Let's take a look at where you can find Malika. You can find her at https://itsMalikArt.squarespace.com is her website. That's where you can see a plethora of her work. There's several different artists, right? Well, we got a game. It's called Name Those People. You ready? Where'd Malika go? Oh, hey.
Hey.
So for this game, there's two different ways in which you can identify, you can explain what they do, or give their name.
Okay.
It'd be easy. Visual description: a picture of a female Mohawk American, has black long hair, who wears a multicolored blouse with beige oval earrings. She looks at the camera, smiling, happy. Who is she?
Oh, I don't know who this is.
What do you think she does? Is she hearing? Is deaf?
I'm assuming she's deaf.
That correct. Yeah, she was on our show last week. Named Sarah Young Bear Brown. She's a member of the Sac and Fox tribe of the Mississippi, Iowa. Sarah's a resident of the Council Bluff, extreme advocate, mother of young children. Picture of a male African American with short black wavy hair and black trimmed beard. He wears a light long sleeve blouse, looking at the camera humbly. Who is he?
I do not know who this man is.
What do you think? What he does? He's an actor, bodybuilder.
I'm gonna go with a model because he pretty.
Yeah, he's an actor. You know the Cosby Show? He was Theo. Oh man, I may have just outdated myself. But Malcolm is a producer, musician, writer. Visual description: picture of a female African American with black, thick, box cut hairstyle. She wears a black, white, and silver bead choker, a black jacket with gold zippers. She puts her first hand on her chest, looking at the camera fiercely. The background is a brick wall with black and white stripes. Who is she? Alma, deaf, a native of Sierra Leone in West Africa. Is a commercial model, mainly for Starbucks in America, currently residing in LA. Currently doing fashion modeling and some photography and runway. So hopefully y'all can meet.
Yeah, I'll have to get our contact.
Yeah, I mean, that's what this show is about, learning, sharing with each other. Picture of a male African-American wearing a black hat, black jacket, and blue and white plaid blouse. He has smoky blue eyes and smiles at the camera. I actually don't know who this is. You know who he is?
No, artist, model.
Oh, yeah, he's a photographer like you. Zion. He has a business called Zion Grant Photography for over 7 years, specialized in senior pictures, family photos, and weddings. Huh, interesting. Man, this is a team of people, huh? Picture of a female African-American appears in a hair headshot. She has honey brown, long, curly hair over her shoulders. She wears a glowy, natural makeup in her light skin with a nude pink lip color on her lip. Her eyes are hazel green. She looks at the camera looking fierce. You know who she is?
Oh, she's America's Next Top Model, the host.
Yep. Tyra Banks. Right on. She's the host of the Next Top Model. She's been modeling for years. A picture of a male African-American sitting on the black leather couch. The background and floor are both brown wooden colors. He wears a deep, dark red wine suit with black, shiny leather shoes. His fingers are touching his... Looks at the camera, serious. I don't know who he is either. Oh, yeah, Marcus J. Smith. Native of Baltimore, Maryland. Okay, educator in Baltimore City. You told me you.
Yeah, I'm not one for names, but I might know what someone does, but not one for names.
It's a picture of a female African-American with a black hairstyle. She wears a beige sleeveless blouse and white stud diamond earrings. She glances at the camera looking at it. So sexy.
Oh, she's one of my favorites.
Halle Berry.
Halle
yes. Yeah, she's also from Cleveland, Ohio. I didn't know that's where she was from. A lot of people have recently learned she's hard of hearing. Yeah, she lost the hearing. Yep.
Huh. I had no idea.
Yep.
Do you think she's learned sign at all?
I don't think so. At least I haven't seen it yet. I don't know. It could be. You know, maybe a little sign here, a little sign there. There's a picture of African-American male appears in a black, kinky, curly afro haircut with shaved sides. Has black eye-frame eyeglasses, His black trimmed goatee, wearing a deeply orange shirt. He smiles at the camera, looking so happy. I don't know who it is.
I don't either.
At least we're on the same page. No, yeah, Jeremy Lee Stone from New York. ASL storyteller, poet. He's at ASL Slam Poetry on Instagram. Oh, you know the new movie Sound of Metal? Yeah, he's in that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, he's an actor in that one. Okay. It was a film, premiered in 2019. I missed that movie, man. I was busy in the year of 2019, so I must have missed it. A picture of a female African American standing by a brown and beige marble column. Her hair is pulled up in a black knot hairstyle. She wears a plum lipstick color, a pair of white circle earrings, white blue beads necklace, and a black and white dress. She looks at the camera humbly. Who is she?
I don't know. Business owner, maybe?
Yeah.
Businesswoman?
Yeah, businesswoman. Yep. She's also a model, photographer. Yeah, she's definitely well experienced in the business industry. Her name is Yvonne Johnson. She resides in LA. So maybe we can convince her to, get you on the LA team. There's a picture of a male African American, has low cut haircut with black stubble beard. He wears in his black V shirt holding a microphone. His eyes glance to the left, from the camera, and he smiles. Who is he?
Musician, maybe a comedian, maybe both.
Does this look familiar? Does this look familiar?
Give
Um,
me more. Give me more than that.
Black Panther. You know the Black Panther movie? Wakanda.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's the director. Yep, Ryan Coogler. From Oakland, my hometown. Oh, hey. He was the first feature film is Fruitville Station. Won top audience and grand jury awards in the U.S. dramatic competition, and is the director of the Marvel Black Panther. We're learning. We're learning. Now it's time for the audience, for my people who are watching this evening, to ask Malika anything. So for the audience members, you can chat. You can ask your questions in the comment box. You ready? You ready, Malika?
Yeah.
So some people are getting their questions ready, chatting in the comment box. A question for you: does any in your family sign?
Well, I have a mixture of deaf and hearing family. Deaf on one side of my family, mostly hearing on the other. So it's a mixture.
Are they artists as well, or just you?
Pretty much just me.
You get a lot of support from the family?
Yes, they're very supportive.
A lot of families don't support, their children engaging in
Yeah.
art. Ah, somebody was on the same page as I was.
Yeah.
Of course, that's right. Family supports. Do you have a big family or a small family?
Well, they're really spread out, so I do have a larger family, but they aren't really home based anymore. They're kind of spread out throughout the states.
Yeah, you can kind of create your pseudo family.
What do you mean?
The more people you connect in the art world, they can become your family.
Yeah, I do have some like that. So I'd say both, blood family and chosen.
That's kind of some people, kind of they keep boundaries. They keep themselves separated. They're just immersed into their art.
Yeah, in those moments of seclusion, art really does kind of save you from drowning. Like when it was a little bit frozen, the interpreter couldn't see, but
Some people just, feel tired. How do you keep your energy going?
it's really important to take a lot of breaks, not to run yourself ragged. Because if you're constantly in work mode, that's gonna take a toll.
Yes. For me, it's chocolate candy. Yeah, that helps me.
Yeah.
What?
Not really my thing.
What's up with that?
Just don't.
I mean, honesty. I appreciate the honesty. If I have food nourishing my body, it helps with everything else.
Mm.
I No food, no movement.
So for me, sativa, you know, that feeling that high, that also helps me. That helps me be a little bit more out there supporting the community.
I have no experience with that. Come on, give me some more.
Well, it helps you at night to really, like, have more vibrant dreams.
Okay, so the different strands gives you different vibes. Some give you better, uh, some
It's
things
a
give you better clarity. Other things, so when you're getting pressured and feeling pressure,
Yeah,
um,
sense of release.
when you take a little hit, you feel calm. Different artists have different things.
Mhm.
Yeah, can you explain artism and what that means to you? Art activism.
Well, we have, at homecoming at my local school for the deaf, they contacted me to do some art for them, and they have to vote on it. You were saying artivism, I think. But using art as a means of activism, merging those 2 concepts, that's been a part of history, that's been a part of Black Lives Matter, that's been a part of really anything political, and that's what I, do in my daily work, when people contact me to do pieces.
Yeah, other leaders. So, what are some other leaders I can think of? Like art activism. Tyra Banks, you know, she's a strong advocate. She's a model. You know, she's an advocate of people of color. You know, as a deaf person of color, you know, working with art is great. You believe it's important representation. So why do you believe that's an important representation?
You froze. You're talking about representation?
So as a person of color, a deaf person of color, why do you believe representation is important?
It was a bit too frozen, but I believe Malika was talking about how it is important for deaf representation that we include more deaf artists, and that way it can be a documented part of history.
So some of what I learned about you, you really plan on traveling the world. You know, do you believe you're good where you are? Or you want to travel more?
Oh no, I absolutely want to travel more in my future.
I think you froze a little bit. There you go. Yeah, yep, you're back.
I'd love to go to London. They have a modeling program there, a very prominent, well-known modeling company there based in London, and so I'd love to visit that.
Okay. Yeah, Paris is a top fashion entity. Question is, how do you feel people can support your art and business?
Well, I love interacting with my clients and the people that seek out my work. The deaf community is pretty small in and of itself, and so I'd like to engage the deaf community more. I don't believe that I'm that well known in the deaf community, so I would like to establish more contacts and get my name out there.
So you're saying that you're willing to work with all people, hearing or deaf?
Yes, everyone.
Yeah, you said. Yeah, of course you said. Yeah, yeah. Right. You should never limit yourself.
Mhm.
You offer a service, a business for all. So yeah, you're definitely trying to expand.
Yes, networking, networking, networking. Have to keep doing it.
You know, what are some other places you had mentioned? London. What are some other places you would like to network?
Ooh. I'm not too sure where else, things are happening in the modeling world. If you have any suggestions.
I always suggest people go to NBDA, National Black Deaf Advocates. We offer a conference every year. And so you can meet, network. It's a great place to network with deaf Black advocates.
Oh, that's a good place. I'll have to go and check that out.
Question is, what is your goals when you finish your college?
I really want to pursue modeling more after I graduate.
You said modeling?
Yeah, I'd really like to get on the runway and have, different designs, that or photography, either one.
What do you mean weird? What do you mean weird or odd attire?
Yeah, you know how some things look on the runway, not your typical mainstream fashion, that kind of thing.
Man, this event has been sweet to learn a little bit more about you. You know, this last segment is, what do you want to let the people know about you?
I'd like to talk to the business owners, whether it's photography, fashion, graphic design, whatever that might be. Thank you.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful to be a model on the runway, is a comment. So, what would you like to show in the fashion runway for awareness? Something that you would want the audience to see.
Not sure. I'll have to think more on that one.
Okay. Comment said, I logged on a little late, but my question is would you say you had a supportive family for your art, your passion? If so, in what ways?
Can you see me? I would say my mother was very supportive of my work, of the designs that I did. And she was able to purchase supplies for me, things of that nature so that I could pursue what I wanted to do artistically. Whether I wanted to draw butterflies or landscapes, whatever it was that I was doing, my mother was always there to support my art.
How do you support others? I know you're supportive of other people, but how do you do that? In what ways?
Through emails, Instagram, social media, a lot of different platforms.
Question from the audience. What do you want to see in web design in this new era? We need more representation of BIPOC web designers. That's a good question. I've never thought about a question like that. That's a good one.
I know it can be a lot of male designers. I know there are some BIPOC designers who do, like, anime. Um, that's what I know of.
You like the challenge, though, right?
Yeah.
That's what's important. Don't be afraid of the challenge.
I know. It's a risk, but you gotta do it.
What's risky?
It's a risk in the sense of you might need to ask for support if it's something that you're
Yeah.
hitting roadblocks, and seek help to continue your design process.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm a fan of Dragon Ball Z. Let's see what else. I'm old school anime. What's your favorite anime?
Ooh, I forgot the name of it. It's this one guy who goes around and he, like, kills
Black Man?
different demons. Mhm.
Okay.
It's on Netflix.
It says a black man killing demons.
I think it's called Q-Force. Another one. I like that
Yes. Yeah. That's cool. If you watch that, then you gotta be like Malika, smart, brilliant. Is this your name sign? What, am I doing it right?
It's a flick from your eye because I have one blue eye. So it's a G and your index is pointing to your eye and then you flick it out. I don't really smile very much or have any other really distinguishable features. And so that's the name sign that I was given.
That's your deaf woke journey.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, so your former name sign went a little deeper. Okay, and got a different, more characteristic that applies to you. Awesome. Thank you so much, Malika, for joining us on Deaf Woke this episode.
Thank you.
You're cool.
Peace.
You can go off, but don't just leave just yet. Oh, she gone. Now, before I leave, I would like to show you all of you guys a little something. Woo! That was Malika, an amazing person who showed up today. So I want to say thank you to all the people who are watching. You know, sometimes we got technical difficulties, but either way, I hope you were able to learn something today. You know, thank you, Malika. Thank you to the interpreters. Thank you to the audience. Thank you to HowlRound, Drop Labs, and of course, you for being persistent, sticking with us. So come on, let me see where my likes at. Where my likes at? Where my heart's at? Where my heart's at? I want to say thank you to Pop Fish for this T-shirt. Now they don't just make shirts; they make bags, masks. They have a large repertoire. Just like Malika, the different designs that they can offer. Again, please go and follow Malika Freeman on our website at https:// malikaart.squarespace.com. She's got a great heart, open, honest. She's chill. She's just a chill person. So I hope you can go and connect with Malika. So please, if you can, if you're able to, donate and support where you can donate at realurbanjazzdance.com. So this is Antoine Hunter. My final deaf woke thought is what? Is just be you. Be you. Get out there. Share your work. We deaf people are beautiful. Right? Peace. Love. I'm out. Hey, where's my music at? Where's my music?